Asanga, though remembered primarily as a philosopher and spiritual master rather than a mythological deity, occupies an almost mythic status in the religious and cultural imagination of South and Central Asia. His life and teachings blur the boundary between history and legend, elevating him into a figure revered alongside the gods, bodhisattvas, and sages of Buddhist tradition. Active during the 4th century CE in the ancient region of Gandhara, a crossroads of South and Central Asian culture, Asanga is best known as the founder of the Yogācāra school of Mahayana Buddhism. Yet the stories surrounding his life, visions, and spiritual experiences reveal a mythic quality that continues to inspire followers across Asia. Born in Gandhara to a Brahmin family, Asanga initially devoted himself to the study of early Buddhist traditions. Alongside his brother Vasubandhu, who later became an equally influential thinker, Asanga shaped one of the most important schools of Buddhist philosophy. The Yogācāra, or mind-only school, emphasized the centrality of consciousness in shaping reality. According to its teachings, what we perceive as external phenomena are ultimately projections of the mind. This radical perspective redefined the path to enlightenment by focusing on meditation, mental discipline, and direct realization of the true nature of consciousness. The mythology of Asanga's life is interwoven with accounts of his deep devotion to Maitreya, the future Buddha. Dissatisfied with his progress on the path, Asanga undertook years of rigorous meditation, retreating into solitary practice. Tradition tells us that despite 12 years of unrelenting effort, he achieved no apparent spiritual breakthrough. In despair, he left his retreat, only to encounter a series of symbolic visions. A man painstakingly trying to cut through iron with a feather, another wearing down a mountain with a silk cloth, and finally, a woman patiently grinding an iron rod into a needle. These images of perseverance rekindled Asanga's determination. Returning to meditation with renewed resolve, Asanga eventually experienced a visionary encounter with Maitreya himself. According to legend, Maitreya revealed profound teachings to Asanga in the celestial realms, which he later transcribed as foundational Yogācāra texts, such as the Yogācāra Bhumi Shastra. This mythic vision became a cornerstone of Asanga's legacy, blurring the line between human effort and divine revelation. Whether historical or symbolic, this account reflects the deeply held Buddhist belief that devotion and perseverance invite direct guidance from enlightened beings. Asanga's teachings spread rapidly across South and Central Asia, profoundly influencing the development of Buddhist thought in India, Tibet, and beyond. In Tibet, he was venerated as one of the great forefathers of Buddhist philosophy, and the Yogācāra school became a foundation for Tibetan scholasticism and meditation practice. His emphasis on consciousness as the ground of reality resonated deeply with Central Asian cultures that absorbed Mahayana Buddhism through the Silk Road. Art, scripture, and oral traditions from regions like Dunhuang and Khotan often depict Asanga as a sage in communion with Maitreya, reinforcing his semi-mythological status as a bridge between humanity and the divine. The mythic dimensions of Asanga's story are not limited to his visions. His perseverance embodies the archetypal hero's journey within Buddhist tradition, the seeker who struggles, despairs, renews faith, and finally attains wisdom. Unlike mythological heroes who triumph through external conquests, Asanga's victories are inward, achieved through meditation and spiritual insight. This inward heroism resonates with Buddhist practitioners who see his life as a map of the path to awakening. Asanga's impact also extends into ethical and spiritual practice. The Yogācāra school emphasizes compassion as the natural expression of enlightened consciousness. In this sense, Asanga's teachings align him with the great bodhisattvas, mythic beings who vow to remain in the world until all sentient beings are liberated. Through his devotion to Maitreya, Asanga is often linked to the bodhisattva ideal, embodying patience, perseverance, and the commitment to guide others toward awakening. In modern times, Asanga's story inspires both scholars and practitioners. For academics, he is a historical philosopher whose work shaped centuries of Buddhist thought. For devotees, he is a semi-mythical sage whose visionary encounters prove that perseverance leads to divine guidance. His legacy bridges South and Central Asian traditions, uniting intellectual rigor with spiritual devotion. Ultimately, Asanga stands as a reminder of the mythic dimensions of human life. His story demonstrates that mythology is not confined to gods and demons, but also includes the lives of extraordinary humans who transform themselves and their cultures. By embodying the dawn of Yogācāra philosophy and the timeless lesson of perseverance, Asanga remains a radiant figure in the mythology and spiritual heritage of South and Central Asia.